Yeah, so we're back in the great state of Texas with the sweet Gregg Honey as he comes to us today from his safe place as he's locked away with the rest of us in Texas. How about it, Greg? How's it going, buddy?
Good afternoon there, Dave. How are you?
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, buddy. What a world we live in, huh?
What is it? What's today? What's the date today?
Today's April 2nd, 2020.
And what's the status? What are the numbers you're looking at? How you feeling about it
Well, the
today?
status is today the world has exceeded 1 million cases of the coronavirus 19 today, of which the United States is at about 220,000. And the scary part is today it's only 1:30 in the afternoon, and we've already affirmed an additional 20,500 cases today. So it looks like today we're going to be at close to 30,000 cases. Our death toll is already over 1,050 today, which is greater, growing at about 20 to 25% a day over the last 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
We're in the early stages of the zenith of this crisis that we're living in.
So what do the numbers look like now? You've talked about these numbers all along, and they're numbers that are they're the numbers that the Chinese have with their infection rates, and then there's the numbers that the Italians have, and then the Spaniards have, and then the Americans have. What sense do
Right.
you make out of those?
Well, I mean, it's obvious now that given the incredible curves that you have had with the the first world countries like Europe and the United States, it's obvious that China has not told us the truth on their infection rates throughout the country of their country, because now you've got 7 or 8 states and countries that are 7 or countries that exceed China now, and it's obviously that they could not have possibly, even with drastic quarantine, stopped at 80,000. It's impossible.
So what must it have gone to if you take our numbers? What
Nobody
must
knows. I mean, nobody knows except for the
How many
fact that
people are they saying died
uh,
total?
80,000 people were infected with 4,000 deaths.
And you don't think
And
that's
that's
accurate at all?
so, well, it's, unless we got some other derivation of the strain of virus that's more deadly and more contagious, living it now.
Yeah. We just had a glitch right there, but it came back on. Um, so our numbers are today what? Right now it's 141 in Texas.
No,
On
you mean in Texas?
No, I'm talking about
No,
the
in Texas,
time. Right now it's just afternoon
it's
and
141 in Texas.
and
That's correct.
PM. And what are we looking at right now?
Well, in Texas, we've got just about 5,000 cases. Austin seems to, so far, has been missed this thing, and we've only got about 300 cases here in Austin, Texas, of a population of about a million people. So we don't know if we're more spread out. Fortunately, South by Southwest was canceled 8, 9 days before it was transpired. If we would have had that, I think we would have been possibly in New York City or Louisiana, who had Mardi Gras in late February, and it's obviously known that they're growing at 25, 30% a day in new cases.
Who is
Uh,
Louisiana?
prime,
Louisiana is.
New Orleans especially because of Mardi Gras.
All right.
So it looks like there was a ton of people that came there and came and infected quite a bit of people.
So how many people does the U.S. have that have died from it?
We were at about 5,000 deaths almost now,
All right.
but we just crossed 1,000 just 3 days ago.
And the
So
government is
today
saying that we can expect by what? By September or by April to have 250,000 people.
they're calling it. I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, their models are all over the place. They're saying that we've dodged a bullet if we only have 150,000 deaths,
Yeah.
which extrapolates to the fact that 20, 30 million people could get this thing. which I don't even think they know now because it's just so
Well,
contagious.
now they're saying today they came out on CNN talking about it being airborne.
Yeah, I mean, they're like I said. I just my very close friend who's called in a previous show,
Who's eating chips
Doc,
next to you?
my eating chips. No, we're not gonna. That was one of my staff. She's not gonna do that
I
anymore.
want you to send them back to the green room until the
Exactly.
shot's
I'm
up.
gonna send her back to the green room,
Right.
and so yeah, she's gone. She's been. We terminated her
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't realize.
because I've got
Yeah.
because I've got my Daisy BB gun just in case we need
How
it.
many BBs you got for that thing?
I got a lot of BBs in here. I can take out some squirrels
Is that all
and
you
some. And
have, or is that all you
actually,
have?
if I run out of BBs on this one, I got this one.
Do you
I got a
do you
double.
have any other BBs like outside in the garage, or is it
Yes,
loaded with all it's
I got
got?
enough BBs. I got enough BBs to last me that I could. In fact, I got a whole thousand of them right here.
Wow.
I'll need the computer.
Yeah, yeah. You're ready. All right. So, look, Greg, I appreciate you taking a minute to be with us. What do you do here, Greg? What did you do before the pandemic started?
Well, I'm a financier for the healthcare field,
And so, what, you loan
and
money to pharmacies or what?
yeah, I loan money to pharmacies, and we're fortunately they're one of the few businesses that are remaining open during this shutdown, complete shutdown of the economy. Today, there was announced another 6.6 million people lost their jobs in the last week, and over the last 2 weeks, it's been 10 million, and the greatest 2 week period ever in the history of keeping statistics like this has only been a million people at one time, 1,000,002, I think.
Um,
So we're basically 8 or 9x of the worst ever. So we're heading into an economic calamity that is just unmodeled. Historical precedent doesn't exist, and everything's closed.
what do you
It's
see?
just
What do
an
you see in the next by April the 15th? What are you seeing happening with the stores, socially, with shopping, things like that?
Well, I think that it's obvious that the country's closed down at least till April 30th, and I think they just keep moving the needle so they don't panic people even more. The whole world is shut down, not just us. The entire world is shut down for at least the next 30 days. Unfortunately, we don't know if that's going to help because we don't know how many people are asymptomatic that are giving the disease to other people. And, it's shown now that, we're already passing 250,000 people that have in the United States by the end of today, most likely. And
And today's April the 2nd, right?
it's April the 2nd. And, you and I have been keeping track, pretty much since about in 15 days. That's all it's been. In 15 days, we've gone from 5,600 to 250,000. And, if we double or triple from here, it doesn't look like it's going to take much more than like by the April 15th. I'm assuming if we stay on the current trajectory, we're probably going to be well over a million cases in the United States by in 15 days.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Well, thanks for meeting with me today, and
Thank you,
I'll
buddy.
shout back at you later. All right.
Hey, you stay safe there,
All right,
Hammy.
brother. Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye.
You too, buddy.
That's Gregg Honeybloom, my dear friend here in the great state of Texas. We're lucky to have the dude around. All right, so there you go. Checking the numbers with an economist. And numbers guy has no agenda, just looking at the numbers and telling the truth. Gregg Honeybloom. All right, well, thanks for joining me. We're going to be meeting with Sasha and Yaz from Skull and Cake Bone here in just a little while. We'll be going back out to Lubbock to meet with Chris Cadell, who's an artist, thespian, avant-garde sort of dude. And we'll be visiting with him about people's reaction to the coronavirus out there. All right, you guys have a good afternoon. We'll talk to you. Stay safe.